what do you think is the most efficient way to go about fundraising, getting the money to fund the ideas for people's businesses in today's world? Because you hear people, advise against borrowing money. You don't want to borrow money from maybe banks or various other things. So what would you say is the most efficient way to go about funding, business ideas in today's world?
Well, I think it's a different answer today. I mean, the unfortunate truth is the 5 to 10 years ago answer was start your business in a lucky time. It was start your business at a time when interest rates were low and money was flowing freely into businesses that wanted it. And I mean, the demand, the flow of money, of capital and private capital, angel capital, venture capital into businesses like ours has absolutely plummeted in the last year and a half. And I think that reality is likely here to stay for the next few years. So to the extent that want to help young entrepreneurs and business owners, maybe tackle 2023 to 2025, 2026, I don't know, it's going to be a different world. So unfortunately, I don't, be born 5 years earlier. No, right now, I think what has not changed is the fundamentals. Right now, what's maybe changed is the scale that you can really achieve with those same fundamentals. So a business that's generating $100,000 or $1 million of profit today is going to be valued lower than it was 5 years ago. That's just because that's where the demand is. That's where it's the way that the capital markets work with where interest rates are. And you just have to know that well. You have to know your market. You have to know your business well, and you have to get that market feedback. And I think the only way to really learn is to get out there and try. I never waited until the last minute to go and then have a big deadline to raise a bunch of money. I was always talking to people, I knew what all the deal flow in the market was. I knew who was making investments. I was Googling people all the time. I was trying to get connected to people. I was always in the conversation and staying in the conversation, and can do a lot for you, both in terms of people knowing you and the ease of the connection, but also you knowing the market and getting those data points. So I don't know if I have a great answer for how to fund a business today, other than you should honestly be building it to need less capital ideally. I don't know if we could have grown Tecovas the way we did in today's environment versus 5-6 years ago. We probably would have grown slower. We probably would have been even more disciplined with capital than we already were. We were attuned to the market, but we were using outside capital to fund the business, and it would be less now. So just be smart. The fundamentals of the business don't change. A P&L doesn't change. The P&L has always been the P&L. If you ask someone who's been in business for 50 years, someone who's 70, 80 years old, I think the thing they'll tell you is, hey, we've seen a couple of these cycles. It all repeats itself. It all comes back. The market goes down. The market goes up. It gets hard to fund. It gets easier to fund. But what never changes is fundamentally healthy business.